Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to share with you a wonderful little QHHT session snippet and how the future is not set in stone. You always have a choice and you can set into motion anything that you desire, and it's really all within your grasp. All right, so let's get started. So we'll call the client Mary. And Mary was in the past life portion of her session. She had come in because she felt like she was at a crossroads in her life. There were some things coming to an end, some things wanting to begin, and she kind of was looking for a little bit of security, to know, what was in store for her. What did her future have in store for her? And so that was one of the main reasons that she came for the session. And so during this past life portion, she saw some past life memories, but then, she was kind of in that in-between space, but like after she had passed on in one life and before heading into another life. And, I asked her, where does she feel called to go? And she said she wanted to see her future. And so an angel came in and kind of took her hand and was taking her somewhere, but it wouldn't take her to see her future in this life. And then, she was going kind of back and forth with it. Why not? I want to see it. Then a spirit guide came in that she was familiar with, a spirit guide that she has a relationship with. And the spirit guide wanted to take her to see her future. And the angel really wouldn't let him. And it was a little comical, going back and forth. She said that she kind of saw herself standing there, like with her arms crossed, like tapping her foot like a little kid, kind of waiting, like, what's going on, guys? And the angel and the spirit guide were going back and forth. The spirit guide wanted to show it to her, and the angel said that they're not supposed to. And so I asked the angel, why not? Why can't you show her her future in this life? And the angel said, because it hasn't happened yet. And, I feel like that says a lot, but, we tried to get a little bit more information out of the angel, and it really wouldn't give it to us. It was just that she has the choice. The angel said that she has the choice to choose so many different options that there's really no way for her to show her what her future is. And I thought that was really awesome. That for me was, one of those moments like, oh, this is beautiful, this is gold. We always have the choice. We always have the choice to choose what happens to us. And like, whether that's, even if obviously you don't have necessarily control over outside circumstances, but you certainly have control over how you react to them. And that's a huge thing, that's a mindset perspective type of thing to have, where you can understand that things are happening for you. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about today. I want to talk more about just the fact that you have the ability to choose. And, at any point, you can kind of go down a different path. Forgive me for getting maybe a little esoteric here, but there are millions and millions of an infinite number of parallel realities all happening right now. They say that even the energy of a sneeze, right? So there's like 3 things that can happen when the energy of a sneeze comes. You can scratch your nose and not sneeze, and that's one reality. You can sneeze, that's another reality. And then you can, it can just go away. And then that's a third reality. And so whatever happens, you decide. And that's on a minuscule level, right? That's like such tiny little, just pew, 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 like little realities kind of shooting off in every direction. But the energy needs somewhere to go. So the choice always creates, a split. And then it's just dependent upon which choice you pick as to which outcome you experience. I know that can be a lot to like wrap your head around, but the more you think about it and the more you understand energy and, dimensions and things like that, it gets easier. And even I fully don't understand it. I don't think we're really meant to understand it. I think there are a lot of things happening in the universe that, we're just not really meant to understand. The way we perceive time and space, it kind of doesn't mesh with what's actually going on in the universe. But anyway, so, you always have the option to choose what happens. And I kind of like to see, because then we talk a lot about like destiny and free will and how do those two things kind of play together. And I'm not even sure I fully understand it, but the best way that I can kind of describe it, because I know, especially through the work that I do with QHHT and past life regression, there are things that we expect to experience in this life, whether they're things we've set up for karmic purposes, whether they're things, that we are not testing ourselves, but giving ourselves an opportunity to learn. So it's almost like, I kind of see it like this, like you come in here, right? And then you have a destiny all the way over here. And that creates a line, right, from A to B. There are then points along the way of experiences that you kind of plan on going through. And then, you can go further away from that midline or closer to it, but the further away from that line that you are, the harder things seem. And, that's when we talk about really getting in the flow, when you can kind of like flow down that line, things seem much easier. And it's really how you react and the choices that you make when you're brought forward, like when when you encounter those situations, is really what determines the root of your life. And like I said, there are an infinite number of choices before you, and you can make the decision right now to change. You can make the decision right now to change your life, change your future. I always say we're only trying to move the needle, 1 degree, because in that 1 degree, you can go off in a completely different direction. So it just takes that energy of a sneeze, right? Just switching that path just a little bit, and you're off and running on a totally different trajectory. And so I encourage you, just when you're in a situation, just understand that you're not stuck there. Like, you're not a prisoner of your circumstances. As much as it could sometimes kind of feel like that, you always have a choice. You always have a choice. You can make your future. You can make it, whatever it is that you want it to be. And sometimes it does just take that little moving of a needle and, saying, who do I want to be today? It might seem hard, but I promise you, you can do it. And I promise you that just those 1 little degrees of change will completely change, where you are down the long run. It might not be instantaneous, but if you keep at it, if you keep doing the things that you can do, the things that you want to do, it's all about your perspective, how you're looking at things, the choices you make, and choosing to be the person that you want to be, regardless of your circumstances. You can choose to be happy. Even if maybe the world around you isn't happy, you can still choose to be happy, because happiness comes from within. And when you can find that from within, you're unshakable. So I encourage you just to remember that your choices are yours. Whether you believe in destiny or free will or whatever it is, you always have the opportunity to choose how you respond to something. And so I hope that wasn't too esoteric of a concept for you guys today. But if you feel, that there's someone that you would like to share this message with, please feel free to share. Don't forget to visit my website and sign up to receive my newsletter. And if you do, I will send you a copy of my free ebook, A Beginner's Guide to Self-Hypnosis. And, really kind of, you can start to get into the nitty-gritty of your subconscious mind and how to reprogram things and experience the life that, you really want to live. And so I hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the other side.